All right. Thank you for tuning into another episode. Go ahead and get into a lot of stuff to actually get to today. So let's go ahead and start here. I'm not going to start with the NFL. I saw this and this was really interesting. UFC president Dana White said he's not planning fighter raises. These guys get paid what they're supposed to get. So Jake Paul, the guy that's got into boxing, I kind of said he needs to, should have get off the pot with canceling these fights because players are overweight. But he's made a point that UFC fighters don't get paid, and it came out that UFC fighters get paid 20% of revenue. Now, in other major sports, NFL, NBA, MLB, they get about half, 20%, and you would say like career span, UFC fighters have a far shorter career span than the average NBA and NFL player, MLB player. I talked about leverage with job market. Whoever has the leverage has the control. And unfortunately, when it's come to the UFC, their competitors, they had Bellator and these other ones, they just have not done a good job providing a suitable alternative. And he locks these guys into contracts. And the fight game, guys are very hungry. This is where a union would step in because, I was listening to the Mace contract and he said, I signed him to this deal because what I wanted him to do is not sell us out when we got into the room. I signed this guy to this deal. He was talking about Fabio Foreign. He said, because a young boy, all they got to do is give him a rollie and buy him a car and they'll sell their soul away, you know? And these UFC fighters, they're, a lot of them are broke. Conor McGregor was broke. He was taking, welfare checks in his Ireland before he became a UFC fighter. A lot of these guys, they just in bad backgrounds. So any check, they're going to take it. You know what I'm saying? And they sign their careers and their futures away. So he says boxing has actually been absolutely been destroyed because of money. I don't understand why that. Boxing does well, their fighters do well. Um, a lot of people say they filed an antitrust lawsuit in 2014. Promotion, control, and investment. The lawsuit is led by the extension 2017, but has been stuck. Oh, okay. So UFC has lobbied against in 2022 EC2 grants, making it a class action. Hmm. So there's a case in court. By the time the case gets adjudicated, I'm sure, Dana White's going to be out of the game. He's just going to, wash his hands with it. But I just thought it was interesting. Like I said, it's leverage. They don't have a suitable alternative, so he knows you can't go anywhere. He gets these guys when they're young, and women too. When they're young, they're down on their luck. They need money. UFC is a thing where you need money to train at these gyms. It's not basketball where, I pick up a ball and I go. It's just like you need money to train. To condition is something that you have to stay on top of it, and it just leads to a situation where these guys get signed to bad deals. So, it is what it is until the players, I was thinking like UFC would be a perfect sport for the pickings for the Saudi investment fund, but I think Dana White has a good relationship with them. He's done multiple UFCs over there. So I don't think they would do him like that. But, it's just an interesting thing to see, and it doesn't look like the fighters are getting paid, and the fighters are pushing back a little bit. So Conor McGregor is kind of being wishy-washy about returning to fighting. The champion right now, Francis Ngannou, he doesn't want to fight unless the bread is right. Um, Bones Jones won't fight unless the bread is right. So the fighters are pushing back a little bit. So I don't know about the UFC numbers. If the numbers have been sustainable, have they been growing? Have they, recessed a little bit? I don't know, but the fighters are starting to complain. Um, and Deshaun Watson news today, a revelation. I said I was tired of talking about it, but he apologized today. He said he's truly sorry to the women that he's impacted in this situation, and he wants to continue to grow and move forward. And he's going through counseling. Like I mean, this is complete about face for what he said, where he said that he's done nothing wrong. He just wants to clear his name. I don't know what led to this about face. There's talks that the league and the Browns are negotiating a settlement to where he's not going to be suspended for the whole season. So I don't know. Today was a day of, okay, this is different. I didn't think that they would negotiate with Deshaun Watson. I didn't think he would apologize either. So I don't know what's going to become of this case. It's starting to look like he's not going to play the full season. So he's going to play at some point this season, excuse me, and he's not going to sit out the full season, as I thought of this whole time. But I mean, I don't know. We'll see. It looks like Zach Wilson tore his ACL, man. I saw that non-contact injury. If you watch Pro Football Doc, he's this guy on Twitter. He has his own website now, and other doctors working with him. And he's a ex-Chargers doctor, team doctor, who you can see. He looks at video clips of players getting hurt immediately, and he can tell you. And this is the clip here. He can tell you with a good amount of certainty. You see, it's a non-contact injury. No one touched him, and he immediately failed. I mean, that's just fucking terrible. I mean, they've been saying that Joe Flacco's a starting quarterback in this league. Look at it, non-contact. They just gave out making a cut, man. And the thing about it is, if you don't play your starters, my whole thing is, if I'm the preseason, I'm not losing none of my starters to preseason, man. I'm not losing one guy who's supposed to start to preseason. We're not doing it. We'll play our first game in the regular season. We'll practice hard, but some BS game where it's not serious, where we're not even showing stuff because we're not trying to, expose our offense to other teams. Nah, I'm not doing it. I would love to see the correlation in starters minutes and Super Bowl wins, right? Like the Ravens have a 21 win preseason streak. What if they have to show for it? I mean, they're a solid team. They haven't won nothing, right? So that sucks, man. That really does suck. True. This is a weird year. There's no really quarterback battles, training camp battles. I saw Ritter today. He looked all right. Malik Willis, like I said, he looked really well. He played really well, excuse me, in that preseason game. You could just see the athleticism. He didn't run his 40, but I'm guessing he's probably 4.4 because he's running past people. So, I mean, the guy is built like a tank too. I don't know if it's me. I just want to see what I have, man. Tannehill, we've seen that song and dance before. I just want to see what I have. My boy Trey Lance hit a couple passes. Hit a bomb today. Throw a bomb like Anquan. But yeah, the preseason, I don't know. The first couple of snaps you get hyped. If you have a team, it's nice to watch the team. There's certain players you want to watch, see the look of them. But yeah, I'm over it. So, all right. I think there was one more thing. Go to Pro Football Talk. Maybe there might be something. Yeah, Drake London got hurt, but they say his is not serious. Starting center for the Browns got carted off. It's just at what point, I'm not playing my starters after that. So, all right, man, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. The game is the game. All right, thank you for watching this clip. Do me a favor, push the button, hit subscribe. Come on, man, push it.
Call everybody up! Push the goddamn button! Push the goddamn button! You heard what she said.
Man, do what's right. You heard her. Push the button. The game is the game.
So what's up, man? What's up with you otherwise, The game is a game. Always.